Hello guys, welcome to the channel once again. It's your boy Boachi and I'm back with another amazing video. Let's talk about humiliation. Humiliation. When you talk about humiliation, it's more about being ridiculed, especially when you are in a state of vulnerability. Yes, in front of people. It might be in front of a few group of people or in front of plenty people. And you have to do something and you're actually not putting in your best. So people are laughing at you, people are teasing you. That is what I'm talking about, humiliation. Now, I remember an incident where I was asked to say something in public. And for those of you who don't know, we are introverts, you know what I'm talking about. When you are asked to say something in public or in front of a group of people, impromptu, you will sometimes have anxiety, or sometimes people will think you have a panic attack or something because you can't even breathe. Looking at all these eyes staring at you and all that, and you will think that they are critically judging you, your statements, your mode of talking, your voice, your tone and all that. So you become extremely self-aware of yourself. So I was asked to talk in front of people, and what happened is I stood there still, not doing anything. I stood there quietly, looking at their faces, and they kept clapping for me. When the clap was over, I was still standing still, and they continued the claps, and it was very funny. It was very funny. I don't want to go too much into detail, but at the end of the day, the microphone was taken from my hands, and I just had to go and sit down because I didn't say anything. Just because I feared being humiliated. I feared being ridiculed in a way. And just the fear of that just caused me to have this anxiety, and I couldn't talk. I couldn't utter a word. You see, humiliation has been the reason why so many people are living in shells. You see, it's very difficult for people to put themselves out there because everyone around you is looking at what you are doing. Obviously, you are going to make mistakes somewhere, and you are going to actually tread along lines that will cause people to laugh at you. And when that happens, you are so self-aware, and you are thinking of yourself critically, so you want to put yourself in a shell. Today, I want to tell you why you need to avoid this particular habit, the habit of judging yourself critically and being afraid of humiliation. Maybe you're also watching me, you've been in situations where you've been humiliated. It might not be public speaking, or it might not be talking to people, but in one way or the other, you've done something and people laughed at you, people mocked you for whatever you've done. Or perhaps maybe you went to class with an outfit that you thought was very amazing. You went somewhere with an outfit that you thought was very amazing. At the end of the day, you found out later that some part of the attire was torn. And you walked around with all confidence, so you went home with some kind of disgrace and some kind of shame, just because you moved around with confidence, but you came back home feeling humiliated. Yes, that is something that a lot of people are having challenges with. But I want to tell you, usually what you are so critically of, what you are judging yourself so critically of, that is not what people are really looking at. Let's think about it critically. When you judge yourself critically, like on terms of appearance, in terms of your tone of talking or whatever, you are going to be in your shell. But what I want to tell you is, people are actually not judging you so critically. People are not judging you critically. So when you are feeling so humiliated and all that, what I want to tell you is, it's in your head. Because whoever laughs at you just in the moment. It's just a response. But if you are actually going to be in your shell because of just one event or just one day where you were humiliated, that is going to cause you to not try to do anything. It's going to cause you to keep hesitating and keep having panic attacks, keep not believing in yourself. Because trust me, there are a lot of things that you are going to attempt in life that you'll not be good at it from the onset. But once you keep going, You are going to learn a lot of things that are going to make you excel. But in that journey, there's going to be times where you are not putting in your best, you are not putting in so much excellence. And that is when you are going to be humiliated. So once you are being humiliated and you think I'm being humiliated, so I want to quit. I don't want to put myself out there. Once that happens, it becomes a challenge. So now you are treading on a ground where now you are walking on eggshells. Once you are trying to do something and you fear, you think people are going to laugh at you, you stop. You think people might judge you this way, you stop. And what people think about you, usually it doesn't matter. That is the other thing I want you to understand. What people think about you doesn't matter, because the perceptions of humans are usually fleeting. At one point in time, they are going to tell you you've done well. At some other point in time, they are going to say, okay, this wasn't a good idea. People keep putting in different inputs. That is the reason why you shouldn't fear humiliation, because at any moment in time, they are going to change their tone towards you, because that is why you should be independent of humiliation. I remember I watched a video where there was this particular lady, and this lady was a very pretty lady, very, very beautiful lady. But unfortunately, in her mind, she wasn't pretty, she wasn't good looking. Anytime she walked around in public, she had this anxiety. She always had this fear that someone is watching her or someone is laughing at her somewhere. So she would walk around in public staring here and there. So at the end of the day, she made some amount of money. The first thing she wanted to do was go in for a surgery to correct something. Meanwhile, everyone around her was telling her, you look pretty, why do you have to change something? She went to the she went to do surgery, changed some features of her face before she felt comfortable. At the end of the day, people kept telling her, your original look was more beautiful, now you look different. Now she wanted to add on more surgeries and all that. You see, just because of the fear of humiliation. So she kept going on until her face was just disfigured. She looked unrecognizable. We are so much aware of ourselves and whatever we are doing. So when we get inputs from people, it can change the course of our lives and all that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching me and you've had issue with humiliation, you've had issue with the inputs of people actually changing the course of your decision or anything, I want to tell you that you have to desist from that, because the first thing you should be afraid of is not doing whatever you want to do because of humiliation. That is the first thing you should be afraid of, because once you want to stop whatever you want to do because of humiliation, that means any input from people, any validation or any kind of negative comments can change something about you. And in this day and age where in the social media era, everyone is commenting on what people are doing, everyone is putting in input and all that, it's very easy to be carried away. You can do something today and people will laugh at you, people will insult you and all that. You can do something tomorrow and everyone is rewarding you, validating you, telling you you've done well. So what makes it so difficult for you to put in your best, even when you are going to be humiliated or you are going to be looked down on? Ladies and gentlemen, that is the reason why you have to be confident and don't be so concerned about humiliation, or don't be so worried about being humiliated when you start something or when you are trying to put yourself out there, because humiliation is nothing you should be worried about. Humiliation is actually an input and it's a form of validation. It can be up or it can be down. The same people laughing at you today can be applauding you tomorrow. It changes. So keep moving, keep believing in yourself, and keep having faith that whatever you are doing is going to succeed. And this is the Mo channel once again. My name is Boachi. Till we meet again, stay safe.